Hey, third grade. Today we are going to be continuing talking about finding the area, but we're going to be talking about finding the area of composite figures, okay? I know that we have talked about this before in the past, and so this is just a little bit of a review for us. A composite figure is a shape that can be decomposed or broken down into smaller basic shapes, okay? So here you see a shape that looks like an L. This shape is a composite figure. If you decompose it into smaller shapes, you can see that it is made up of a square and a rectangle. So here's the square and here's the rectangle. You can find the area of each smaller shape to help you find the total area. So what they did is they found the area of the square, and to find area, remember, you can just count your squares or you multiply your length times your width. And here we have the square, so they just counted their squares. So the area of the square is 16 square units. And the area of the rectangle is 32 square units. All right? So the area of the composite figure is 16 plus 32, which equals 48 square units. And notice that they put their labels on here. So this is 16 square units. This is 32 square units. And then they just added those two areas together to get the area of the whole figure. All right? Another one is you're not always going to be given the lengths or you're not always going to be given the grid, your little squares, okay? So you can find the area of this shape by adding the area of the square to the area of the rectangle. Same thing here. The area of the square is 16. 4 times 4. Remember, area equals length times width. So this would be area equals 4 times 4. Area equals 16. This one here, your length, area equals 12 times your width. Now, this 4 right here goes there and that goes there. But I need my width. I don't need these other two dimensions. Times 4, area equals 48. So then they would have added up 16 plus 48. The area of the composite figure is 16 plus 48, which equals 64 square units, okay? So I'm going to just be modeling this for us, and I'm going to be breaking up my figures into my composite figures into smaller figures. All right? Now, there's multiple ways that you could do this. There's not only one way to break up this figure. Okay? So this one. So I'm going to show you one way. All right? So one way that you could do this is kind of cut your figure there. Okay? If you cut your figure there, you're going to be finding the area of this rectangle and this rectangle, all right? But I could also cut my figure here. And you're going to get the same area for the whole composite figure, okay? There's not only one way. And so since I have it done this way, I'm going to do it like this, all right? So I know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 feet. And I know that it's feet because 1 tile equals 1 square foot. All right? This right here, I'm going to grab from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have those here, but I'm not going to draw them. I know that this is a rectangle, and if I had the whole thing, this would be 4. All right? And then I'm going to do this one. Yes, this is 7 right here. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 feet. Okay? So what am I going to be multiplying to find the area of this rectangle? Good. Area equals length times width. Area equals 7 times 4. Okay? And then what am I going to be multiplying here? Good. 5 times 10. It's not wrong if you said 10 times 5 or if you said 4 times 7. It's not wrong. You're going to be getting the same answer, okay? 7 times 4 is what? Good. Area equals 28 square feet. Area equals 5 times 10 is? Good. 50. 50 square feet. Okay? What am I going to do with this area and this area? Awesome job. We're going to add them up. 28 plus 50. 20 plus 8. 50 plus 0. 8 plus 0 is 8. 20 plus 50 is 70. 70 plus 8 is 78. The area of the whole composite figure is 78 square feet. All right? Let's do another one, okay? Susanna built a fence to make a dog yard as shown. What is the total area of the dog yard in square yards? All right, what way do we want to break up this figure? We can go here, or we can go here. I'm going to go ahead and go here. Okay. I do not want to see you guys doing this. Okay? I do not want to see you creating a grid. We need to know that when we find the area, we multiply. All right? If the grid is given to you completely, like it is in one of these, okay, like you have something here. If it's given to you like this, go ahead and count it by all means, okay? But if you are not given the area or you are not given your full grid, do not draw it, okay? We start to make mistakes. Our lines go crooked. What I see a lot of the time is instead of going straight across, your line starts to go down and your line goes down and your line goes down. And before you know it, you have all these wonky lines. All right, and your area, you're going to get your area wrong, okay? We have to know that to find area, we multiply area equals length times width, all right? So let's find the area of this figure here and this figure here. So I'm going to multiply, or I'm going to find the length of this one, which is 1, 2, 3. Okay, and these are in yards. So that's 3 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You count this one for your length and your width. That's 12 yards. Okay, so here we would multiply 12 times 3. All right, what about this one? Let's count. 1, I want to hear you counting with me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 yards. So I'm going to multiply 8 times 8, which equals 12 times 3 equals what? Good. 12 times 3 equals 36. And 8 times 8 equals 64. All right. 64 square yards, 36 square yards. Okay? That's the area of this one. 64 square yards is the area of this one. What are we going to do to find the area of the whole figure? Good. We are going to add 36 plus 64. Could you add 64 plus 36? You sure could. 30 plus 6, 60 plus 4. Okay, what is 6 plus 4? Good job. 6 plus 4 is 10. What am I going to do with that 10? I'm going to regroup it to my tens place, okay? 30 plus 10 is 40. 40 plus 60 is 100. And if you weren't sure, you could draw your tens, okay? You could just do 10, 20, 30, and 10 more. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then you could just count all of them together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So the area equals 100 square yards. All right? Okay, so just to go back over this. When you are finding the area of a composite figure, you need to break your figure into 2 smaller figures, all right? Or into smaller figures. Maybe it's going to be 3 smaller figures, okay? Here you could have done that shape and that shape, all right? You would have still got the same composite area, but your areas of your individual smaller shapes would have been a little bit different. All right, and then once you find the area of your smaller shape, you add each of them together to find the area of the composite figure. Sometimes you're not given a grid. You're not given your little boxes, your squares. I don't want to see you drawing them in. Okay, I did not draw them in. I counted my length and my width, and then I multiplied to find my area. I want you to say the area formula with me. Area equals length times width. Let's say that again. Area equals length times width. Okay? We need to make sure that we know that and we're using that formula properly. All right. If you guys are needing any help or a little confused, you need to remember to be hopping on office hours and asking your teacher.